Hello everyone, my name is GTFrostbite and welcome back to another video, finally. I know it's been a while, it's been a long time, and that happens. A lot of a lot of shit happened in the last couple months for me, and I just kind of fell out of the habit of making videos, especially when I was doing it like every single day. That just wasn't feasible. But here I am. I'm alive. I'm in a new place. I'm doing pretty good. How are you? In the background is just some footage of me playing my thaumaturge. He's not even a black mage yet in Final Fantasy 14. Just running a dungeon. It's the same thing as any MMO, but I've been playing Final Fantasy 14, FF14 recently because it's really fun. I played a lot of WoW, but now I'm onto FF14. It's pretty, it's modern, it's a little different. It's a little, I wasn't used to the JRPG style of it ish, where it's more, I don't know, it's less open world. There's little things that are different that took me a little bit to get used to, but overall I really like it. I understand I'm not the best black mage. Clearly, he's only level like 28-ish. He's level synced down in the footage. So if you're gonna just sit here and be like, "Oh, you're bad," well, yeah, I know, I'm aware. I'm learning how to play black mage, mostly just because I really like leveling up characters. So I've got a couple high level, and then I get bored and start leveling another one because that's what I like to do. But it's not really the point of this video. This is kind of like a check-in as I'm clicking a pen, so you can probably hear that. Whatever. This is like a check-in to let you guys know that I'm still here, and I'll start making videos again. I was really flattered that when in the 3 months-ish when I was stopped, when I just kind of fell out of the habit, I still gained some subscribers. People kept watching my videos. People kept liking them, and that was pretty cool. It's one of the reasons why I decided to take the plunge and do it again, because people still like what I make, and that's a good feeling. Anyway, I guess so I stopped in May because, as a lot of you know, that's kind of the end of the university. Well, I stopped April 24th was, I think, the last video I posted, and that's because that's the kind of the end of the second semester at university. So I had finals coming up, which I had to do, which I did okay on. Not spectacular, it was okay. And I had to line up a internship for the summer, which means in like the 3 weeks at the end of April, beginning of May, I had to find the job, get interviewed for it, get the job, complete finals, study for finals, all that stuff. I ended up moving to a new apartment, staying the summer in the town where my university is, which I haven't done before, so I had to move to a new place, and I'm living here off of campus, which is completely different from living on campus. Someone kind of close to me also passed away, which was another wrench into the system. Living with a puppy now, that's exciting. So that's a plus. But you know, when all that happens, it's kind of more important than a little hobby. Which is, I mean, it's what it is. That's not supposed to be demeaning or anything. That's what YouTube is for me, and I really enjoy it. It's pretty much the only hobby I've had, besides just games in general, but I don't consider it as a hobby, that I've kept going back to. Like, I'll phase out and then phase back in. Like, you can check, I have videos from 2011, 2010, because I just kind of keep coming back, and because I really enjoy it. So, I don't think I'll ever stop for good, but when an entire life's worth of an entire year's worth of life events just kind of gets packed into 2 or 3 weeks, it's a little overwhelming, and you start putting things in the back burner. And I'm notorious for doing that. I'm so good or bad, either way you look at it, at procrastinating of like, oh, I'll do it later, or oh, that's not as important right now, which, in all honesty, I hope we're all like able to understand that it really, like, YouTube really wasn't the most important then. But I think I'm finally in a position where I can start doing it again. It won't be daily because I don't really have a... it's kind of hard to record when you live with 2 other people and you don't have a room to like block off and be like, stay out, I'm making videos. So I guess most likely you guys will interact with either my boyfriend Andrew or our friend Kyle, who will be around. Andrew's actually in the other room listening to me be a doofus and record myself and put it on YouTube. So he's playing. He just got the new Splatoon game, so he's been playing that. So yeah, I'm currently in a wide open room on the first floor of our house. So if the acoustics are weird, I don't think they're too bad. I don't think they're too different from my dorm room. I apologize, but there's not really much I can do about it right now. Also, I haven't set up the webcam, as you can clearly see, because my beautiful face is not anywhere in this video, because I don't really have a reason for that exactly. I just didn't feel like it, and that's a good enough reason for me. I've also been on kind of a nostalgia trip recently. For some reason, I've been watching a lot of Runescape videos, which got, like, hurts to admit a little bit, because that was the game I put all of my time into when I was like 11. So that was 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I played the crap out of RuneScape, and for some reason I've been watching videos on it recently, because they're entertaining for me. They're like a blast of nostalgia, and I'm really enjoying it. I guess if you guys want to see them, I can make some, but it seems like a very niche area, a very niche game to make videos of. It's not exciting for the most part. It's mostly grinding, unless I'm like PKing, but you know, it's what I've been watching. I don't know. I think I'll make more Darkest Dungeon videos. They were getting a little grindy, so maybe I'll only make them when I'm doing like a new dungeon or something, because that was another reason. Like, I really like Darkest Dungeon, but recording every single dungeon was getting a little repetitive, and I felt like the content wasn't really keeping up with where it was in the beginning to the mid of that. So I'll make more, probably, but probably not every single dungeon, because like I said, it was like it's one of those games that I guess a lot of games, like a lot of popular games like COD or Overwatch, are kind of repetitive, where it's the same thing over again and it's just mildly different with how it plays out, but we'll see. So yeah, so I guess if you guys want to see, if you guys tell me, what do you want me to do? More Darkest Dungeon, like completely everything, show you guys everything as I have been doing, or limit to like, oh, when I'm trying a harder dungeon, or just every now and then sprinkles of Darkest Dungeon throughout my actual Darkest Dungeon career. I guess that's a weird word for it, but it works. Also, I was thinking of making some Final Fantasy videos when I'm actually like at a level to do that, because I've only played a little bit through Heavensward, the previous expansion, and the newest one, Stormblood. I've like completely blanked on the name for a second. The newest one, Stormblood, just came out recently, so I was thinking of making some videos in that, maybe of dungeons, maybe of some of the story quests, maybe just, I don't know. I haven't really watched any Final Fantasy content, so I'm not really... So I guess I need to do my research before I commit to that. Maybe some more Redout. I've been playing a bunch of Dark Souls on the PlayStation 4, because that's where my friends have it, and it's been a blast. Holy shit, that game is so good. Especially playing with friends, it's completely different than playing by yourself. Like, playing by yourself for Dark Souls is like challenge mode. It's kind of a rite of passage, but because I've already played the first two games, I didn't feel like I needed to do that, and one of my friends really wanted to join me, so I did, and it was fantastic. It was so much fun. I mean, I just beat the game on kind of like a joke character. I only used fists and magic, so not 100% joke. It's based off my D&D character. I'm a nerd, whatever. And that was probably the most fun I've ever had playing Dark Souls. Love the third game, love the first game. Second one is not as love. I'm sure I've talked about that before, but I also have some clips on the PlayStation that I will try and figure out how to upload. At least one of them doesn't have audio, because setting the audio up on the PlayStation is not intuitive. It's very difficult to manage to get your party audio to record. There's game audio, but to get your mic audio, because I was playing with my friend Dylan at the time, to get that to record is not simple. You have to dig through a bunch of settings and everything. I'm still not even sure if I set it up correctly. We'll find out, so I'm gonna try and upload those because there's a couple funny clips. Well, the first one is just me successfully getting good, a nice get good moment in Dark Souls, and the second one is just really funny, and I really hope the comms recorded on the second one, because it's not going to be nearly as amusing if it didn't, but either way I'll still upload them as a little, like, this is what I've been doing in the 3 months that I've been falling off the map. I don't know if, like, I don't really want to ramble on endlessly, but I've still got more dungeon time to go through that I recorded. Only like halfway through. Maybe what I'll do, I'll just cut out the boring bits of the dungeon where we're just walking, so you guys can actually see the boss fights. Not that I'm sure if you guys aren't familiar with MMOs and aren't familiar with FF14, you probably have no idea what's going on. It's a boss fight where it's basically like a mini scenario, however you want to say it, where we go through and have some mini bosses and then have to kill the final boss of the dungeon. We get a bunch of experience and loot for it, and you get matched with a couple other people. So that's what's going on here. There's me playing, I'm playing a Rogadin, I think is the actual race name, but they're big people, that's what they are, and playing a Black Mage, which are like fire, they're basically destruction magic casters from Skyrim. That's them. There's a bit more to the mechanics, which I'm still trying to figure out. But I'm not really a caster person in MMOs, but I wanted to try this guy because the mechanics make him a little bit more interesting than just standing back and pressing a button and blowing everything up, which you still do with Black Mage. Like, you still hit super hard, but it's more mechanically interesting. I usually play melee characters because I like to have to run around and position myself and all that stuff. But this caster, man, he might be my favorite class so far. The other ones I've leveled up are Monk and Paladin. And Machinist. I have a Machinist. So, Monk, classic Monk, Paladin is like a sword and shield tank, and Machinist is, they use guns. They're like a pirate, basically, like a swashbuckling gun pirate, I guess. Think like Archer, but instead of a bow, it's with guns. Bow guns. Yeah, that's the gist of what's going on in the background. I mean, even if you don't know the game, it's pretty, super pretty. The graphics look really nice. It's kind of a intense game to run. It's not one that like you can run on a potato. That's one of the benefits of World of Warcraft is it's from 2004. Which means, like, your phone can run it, the vanilla one. It's not the Legion, they kind of updated a bunch of stuff. Yeah. So, I'll see you guys more often in the future. I don't really have a plan for the videos, or a schedule, or anything like that. I'll also try and stream some, maybe I'll just stream Final Fantasy. Maybe not make videos, but I'll stream it because it's kind of fun to hang out and level up. It's kind of a grind, so having people hang out with me when I do it's way more fun. Maybe I'll make a read out video because now I've figured out my god dang recording settings, so it'll look really nice because that game is beautiful and I really like racing games. They're kind of soothing. But I'd mostly just ramble during that like I'm doing right now, and I already rambled for the day, so daily ramble is done. Don't need to do that again. I don't. Yeah. So, recap. I'm back. A lot of shit happened, but it came out on top. I'll make more videos, not every day. Glad you guys still watch them and like them and everything. I'm gonna leave before I say something I shouldn't. Goodbye.